You ever notice how much energy you burn caring about people who wouldn't even flinch if you disappeared tomorrow? Yeah, I'm talking to you, sitting there staring at your phone, waiting on a message that's never coming, scrolling through memories like they're going to suddenly rewrite themselves and give you a different ending. You replay every conversation, every look, every little shift in their tone, like a detective trying to solve a crime. Newsflash, kid, the crime already happened, and you were the one left bleeding. You sit there asking yourself, what did I do wrong? Why wasn't I enough? How do I fix this? You don't even realize the joke's on you. Not because you're weak, but because you care in a world that rewards the ones who don't. They walked away like you were nothing, left you on read, ghosted your soul, laughed about you with people who don't even know your middle name. And you're still sitting in the ruins, trying to glue back pieces they smashed on purpose. You keep waiting for closure from people who get high off your confusion. You keep waiting for apologies from mouths that only know how to lie. Let me tell you something brutal and honest. They don't care. They never did. And that's not the part that breaks you. What breaks you is that you still do. You check their page. You stalk their shadow. You listen for whispers of your name in rooms you no longer walk in. You're not living your life. You're living in their aftermath. For what? Validation, a second chance, proof that you weren't crazy for loving them? Kid, they sleep just fine at night. You're the one counting cracks in the ceiling. You're the one rewriting conversations in your head, trying to find the moment everything went wrong. But here's the truth you don't want to swallow. It didn't go wrong. It went real. You saw who they are, and instead of walking away, you tried harder. You gave more. You loved louder. You forgave quicker. You bent until your bones were begging you to stop. And they took it all. Your kindness, your loyalty, your time, and treated it like spare change they could toss on the ground whenever they got bored. You keep thinking, if I just prove I'm good enough, they'll come back different. No, they won't. The only thing that changes when you chase is your self-respect. Listen, people like that only understand one language: loss. Not the loss of you sitting there crying, sending essays they never read. Not the loss of you begging to be understood. That just feeds them. I'm talking about real loss. The kind where you stop caring, where you stop explaining, where you stop giving them access to your emotions like it's a free buffet. You don't slam doors. You don't send paragraphs. You don't make big speeches about self-worth. You just go quiet. You stop checking on them. You stop answering at 2 a.m. You stop reacting when your name slips out of their poisoned mouth. You stop letting them live in your head rent-free with their dirty shoes on the table. You pull the plug. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And that's when it happens. That's when the shift starts. Because for the first time, they're not the center of your universe. And they feel it. They feel the absence before they ever admit it. They notice the silence before they ever acknowledge the noise they cause. See, people like them don't crumble when you cry. They crumble when you no longer do. As long as you care, they're in control. As long as you react, they're winning. They poke, you flinch, they pull away, you chase. That's the game, and you've been playing it on hard mode without even realizing. But the second you stop caring, really stop, not that fake. I don't care. You post online while your heart still checks their last scene. I mean the kind of not caring where they cross your mind and it feels like a distant song you don't remember the lyrics to. That's when the cracks appear. They start wondering, did I lose them? Are they over me? Have they moved on? They start testing the waters. A random, hey stranger. How have you been? I was just thinking about you. No, they weren't. They were thinking about themselves. They were thinking, do I still own real estate in your head? They'll send a breadcrumb and sit back, waiting for you to fall on your knees for the crumbs like you used to. But this time, you don't bite. You see the message. You feel that familiar sting in your chest. And then you let it pass. You don't answer immediately. You don't rehearse the perfect response. Hell, maybe you don't respond at all. And that silence, that lack of urgency, that lack of reaction, that's what drives them insane. They thought you'd always be there. They thought no matter how badly they treated you, you'd still be that safe little pill.